From BigHMW.com, World Headquarters at Bishop Park, this is the Atari Report, 2600 edition with Ray Jackson.
Good evening, everybody. On this edition of the Atari Report, we take a look at the result of one man's self-made challenge that turned out to be well worth it and more. Ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Debro's genius creation, Pac-Man 4K for the Atari 2600 video computer system.
Yes, indeed. That's right. I said it. 4K. Not 4K high definition, but 4 kilobits of memory as the maximum potential for the Atari 2600 video computer system. We present to you Dennis Debro's genius creation, Pac-Man 4K. That's right, 4K of memory. And I gotta tell you, it's by far better than Todd Fry's original 1981 Atari Pac-Man was, for sure. I mean, this one definitely takes him to school, using the same 4K that Todd Fry was afforded back in 1981, only more taking his time doing this rather than rushing him for the Christmas holidays. This game came out in 2007 and is based on the 1999 limited release by Ebivision, which also is the same maze around here. Of course, there are different graphics on there, slightly different graphics. But this by far is the best 4K version of Pac-Man on the planet. I know there are other games of Pac-Man out there, like Pac-Man Arcade, which we'll be reviewing later on, of course. And that's only in 8K though. But for 4K versions, this one takes the cake for sure. I gotta tell you, it's well done. Dennis Debro ought to pat himself on the back for this one. 2 thumbs up. I just wish the controllability of this thing with the stock controller for the Flashback 9 I use for all of my reviews was a little bit better, but obviously that can be ironed out. And anyhow, using the aftermarket controller, you don't necessarily have that too much happen. You can see right there the lack of controllability I have a little bit. But yeah, I mean, the graphics are great and everything else like that. Of course, he is willing to trade off some things like everybody blinking like a bat in sunlight in order to be able to get these terrific graphics. But by far, the best 4K version of Pac-Man you will find on the planet. I mean, you can download this on the AtariH.com forums. I've got the link on this particular clip here, and you can visit it for yourself and download it for yourself and try it out. Of course, I'll also be including the original 1999 Ebivision version as well, also available for download as well. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Well, guys, what do you think? I think graphically, for a 4K of memory, this is the best ever version of Pac-Man I have played for the Atari 2600 in 4K. Of course, there's also another version out there that has intermissions built into it, and we'll review that one later on, of course. There's also another version that came out in 1999, 8 years before Dennis Debro put his out. Ebivision tried their own version of Atari 2600 Pac-Man and did a wonderful job with it. We'll be doing a review on that later on, obviously. But Dennis Debro's version of Pac-Man 4K is indeed top-notch. I just wish the controls on the flashback joystick would have been a little bit better. But yeah, 2 thumbs up on this game for the graphics and everything else like that. I'm sure you'll I'm sure you won't mind the lack of controllability a little bit because sometimes I get frustrated with the stock controller. But, you know, I'm using the flashback and that's what I got to put up with. But I got to tell you, well done, Dennis Debro. You ought to pat yourself on the back for the wonderful job you created with this genius work. Well, that's game over for this edition of the Atari Report. So for all of us here at BigHMW.com World Headquarters, I'm Ray Jackson wishing you good gaming and good night.